Hey everyone, Marcel here from The Average Runner. You here to learn a little bit around how you can train for a trail race. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe. Please also comment which distance you're doing. So we're going to be discussing the ultra, the 50K, which is the smallest of the ultras, but the 50K training plan. So please just comment below if you're looking for a different distance. There are also other videos on the channel that you can jump on to and see different distances. So we've made a 10, 21, 42 for you to go through, and then you can also download those. But if you're just looking for the plan, you don't want to hear me speak, just comment below, and then I'll give you the link to the training plan. So 50K trail race, super exciting, super nerve-wracking. I did my first one last year in September. It was called the Montesource. It was about 1,900 meters elevation climb, and it was an out and back. So what that means is essentially you ran all the way to the top, and then you ran all the way down that same route, so out and back. Definitely recommended if you're looking at a 50K. It's got some technical pieces, loads of elevation, but there's also loads of running areas, or like you can run it at least. It's not so super technical that you feel like you might hurt your ankles or whatever. I felt like it had a bit of everything, and it's a really beautiful views from the top of the mountain there in the Drakensberg. So definitely, if you want to sign up, it's a great race, but there's also loads of them out there. That's just the one that I did. So when you look at the training plan, and I'm sure that's what you're all here for and want me to stop speaking, but essentially the 50K training plan, when we think about the training plan, very similar to other training plans, is there's runs, then there's exercises, and then stretching. So in terms of your runs, you're going to do like an easy run one day, you're going to do uphill runs the next day, then you're going to do sprints. You can add in some other cross training, which I would suggest, like riding a bike or whatever in some of those days, and then you're going to do your long runs on the weekends. But within the week, you're going to add on core and strength exercises and stretching. But don't worry, when I open up the plan, you'll see exactly what I mean. So let's jump into it, and I'll show you what I mean now. So I've just opened up the plan here. As you can see, there's a little bit of a graph on the right-hand side. Essentially what that is when you are running and you're tracking your hours or your minutes per week, what will happen is that graph, you'll see the red line will start seeing, are you hitting your goals, which is a really nice way to see or to track your performance overall. So essentially what will happen is when you start adding in some hours, that graph will move, but I'll show you that. So this is a 12-week plan to run your first 50K. I would suggest, if you've never done trail in your life before, my suggestion is maybe start with a 10 or 21K training plan, and then you can move to the 50K. So do a race that's 21Ks and then move yourself up. It'll just give you a bit of a better feeling around it. I did not do races really before, and I went straight to the 50K, which was fine. But I took about 16 weeks, so I added a few more weeks just to get the legs feeling on the trail. But let's jump into, like I said, let's look a little bit into the plan. So your Tuesday, you're going to do an easy workout, and as you can see it's an easy workout, 45 minutes. You can run on any terrain. Then Wednesday, you're going to run 45 minutes and adding some exercises in. So you're going to do those core and strength, which I discussed earlier. Thursday, Friday, you're going to have a relaxed day, which is great. You can definitely do some rolling or mobility work on that. And then Saturday, you're going to start doing your long runs. So now we're looking at a 60-minute long run. We're looking at potentially running on a trail that's a little bit hilly. I always recommend don't run the flattest trails. Run with some elevation, because the race isn't going to be flat, so definitely run with some. And then Sunday, you've got your rest day. And like I said, if you start entering in your minutes here, let's just put some fake numbers in here. So let's just say I want to put it over the amount for the week. But what you can see on your right-hand side is the goal, which is 150 minutes. And then what you ran is 180. And then you can see that the chart at the top actually updates, or you can start tracking your performance. Why we do minutes, not kilometers? different training plans. I enjoy the minutes because everyone is a little bit different. And I feel like running time on your legs, you know, some people run fast, some people run slow. So time on the legs is probably the best metric to use if you're new to trail running. So that's why it's based on time and not kilometers. Then you'll see from week 2, it's starting to increase more days. Now you're running Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're doing easy workout, speed work, uphill, and you've got your long run again. And then what you'll start seeing is elevation goals. So you need to hit certain elevation goals each week, which is great because if you were entering in a race, let's say Monte Source, like I said, it was 1,900 meters or whatever the case may be, your legs need to know how to run uphill, or you need to know how to power hike or walk up these uphills, because some of them you can run up, some of them you can't. But if you've only been running flat, it's going to be super tough on the day for you to actually feel that, because it works on different muscles. But like I said, week 2 starts to increase, week 3 again, week 4, and we start adding in different times, and then you can start seeing higher elevation goals per week for you to track that. And you can follow this and go through it. That's where I'm going to stop, read through it. Please edit, change, ask questions as much as you want on the plans. You can reach out to me, comment below. And what you'll see on the 50K is we're looking to build up those legs as much as possible. And then about 2 weeks before, they call it tapering, but essentially 2 weeks before, you want to slow down your runs, or you want to slow down the hours or minutes on the legs, but you still want to run. So never stop running. That's not what tapering is. You just want to slow down, so you still keeping those legs moving, but you want to slow it down and then get fresher legs just before the race. So that's essentially how most plans work, is you build up, you taper, and then you go do the race. So that's why you'll see in week about 10 and 11 it starts dropping the time, but then you've got your big race day at the end. On this training plan, you're never going to run 50 Ks in one day. That's not the goal of training plans, or this training plan. You're probably going to run close to like 35, 36 kilometers, maybe even 40, but you won't ever run a 50K. That'll only be on the race day. And to be honest, because you're running so many days in the week back to back, you don't need to run that 50K. My suggestion is just build it up over time, and that's what I did, is, you know, running during the week back to back, and then right at the end you're doing that long run, which I said will get about just 30 Ks plus, and then once you feel ready there in race day, you'll be able to hit that 50K. It'll be tough and you'll enjoy it, but you'll be able to hit it. So don't feel like you have to run a 50K before you enter in a race. That's ridiculous. So don't do that. And that's a training plan. Again, comment below what distance you're doing, and then I'll share the plan. If you're here for the 50K, comment below that you're doing the 50K, and then I'll share the plan with you. And please don't forget to subscribe. We're going to talk a little bit around nutrition and what to pack and all of our races out there. So please don't forget to subscribe.